Hey everybody, it's Michelle Burkhardt, and I know it might not seem like it because I had pre-made some videos, but I've actually been kind of out of commission for the last, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 weeks, and I wanted to share with you my experience in hopes that it might kind of nudge you so that this would never happen to you. Um, I'm over 60, so of course I am like way past menopause. And over the last year or so, I have been having just recognized some spotting. And I didn't think anything of it. It was no big deal because it would maybe spot one day and then not again for a month. And then I would spot again and not again for a month. So I didn't worry about it. So I don't know, maybe 6, 8 months ago, I Googled it then and to find out what it was. And when I Googled it, it said, oh, one of the things it could be uterine cancer. And I was like, oh, for pish posh, it's not me. I feel great. It's not uterine cancer. And so then one day it got, rather than spotting, it was a lot. And so I thought, well, maybe I should go to the doctor because whatever, I should check it out. And so I went to the doctor, and my gynecologist said, Michelle, that's not spotting. She said, that's actually blood, and you do have uterine cancer. And I was like, oh. And she's like, but that's okay. She's like, if, out of all of the women's cancers that you could have, uterine cancer is the easiest one to cure. And I was like, great. Okay. She's like, don't get worried. Don't feel stressed. It's not a big deal. You can do this. Okay. And I was like, great. Okay. I like the idea that it's curable and that it's easy and it's no big deal. Went to the oncologist, scheduled my hysterectomy, and that was interesting. So in the meantime, in addition to the hysterectomy, I had a case of severe diverticulitis. So in addition to a hysterectomy, then I got to get a colon resection, which was just kind of happenstance. So I got a BOGO. I did a buy one, get one. And so, I went through the surgery. Everything was fine. I went through with flying colors, and then I went back to my oncologist for my checkup. And this is when my world really rocked. I really understood the gravity of my neglect. So I'm going through all the pathology reports with my doctor, and it's negative, 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 negative. And I was like, well, did I do this all for naught? And he's like, no, what you had could have killed you. And I was like, oh, okay. All right, then I get it then, right? And then he said, and this is when I realized how big of a bullet I dodged. He said, your cancer was fast growing. It was an aggressive cancer. And he said you had about 3/4 of an inch, which is really little, right? That's probably 3/4 of an inch. And he said you had about 3/4 of an inch before this cancer moved into other organs. And had that happened, then we would be having a totally different conversation right now. I was scared about the whole thing because I didn't want chemo, and it wasn't that I was going to lose my hair. That part didn't really bother me so much because I thought I'll just rock it and wear cool earrings, but I didn't want all that poison coming into my body. I didn't really want that. And so I was scared going in, and then I felt good about it. And then when he told me that and he showed me that report, that's when it really hit me about how darn lucky I was and how stupid, and I hate to say it, but how stupid I had been in the past for ignoring those signs and those signs. I mean, that's all I can say. So I am here to encourage you to pay attention. As women, I really do think that I just think we ignore ourselves. I don't think we pay attention to what's going on in our bodies. We're always putting other people first. We don't pay attention to what we feel or what we want or what we think. I mean, we just seem to put a lot of people first. And because of that, then things happen like this because we don't take care of things. We don't address problems. So I'm here just to kind of share my story and say, I was 3/4 of an inch away from having a totally different lifespan. I'll be frank, it could have been a totally different lifespan. So I'm just really here to encourage you to pay attention to what's going on. If in fact there's something going on in your body, go to the doctor. Who cares if it's nothing? I mean, really. I mean, I think they were probably excited to say for once that you're fine. They have to give so much bad news so often that I think it's exciting for them to be able to say, oh, it's nothing, you're fine. You know, so I just encourage you to go. I encourage you to go get all of the preventative tests and the screening tests that they encourage. There's like a timeline. It seems like once you stop having kids and then you go through menopause, then you kind of forget about going to the gynecologist because you don't really have to. It's not like you're going to get pregnant, yada, yada. But there's other things like this that occur. So I'm just here to encourage you to start paying attention to yourself and to what's going on and to honor yourself because, at the end of the day, as women, we pretty much do we're the glue that holds our families together. So we don't pay attention to ourselves, and we let things go and we let things slide. But then when things happen to us, we are the glue. So it's kind of like you got to keep mama happy to keep the whole family happy. And I know that sounds silly, but from a philosophical perspective, that's really true. So that's really all I wanted to say. I had an outpouring of love and support when I was in the hospital and afterwards, and I thank you all for that. And if I can be of any help, I'm on the road to the mend. I mean, I'm moving slow and my tummy looks like a checkerboard. But other than that, I'm on the road to feeling a whole lot better and getting back to normal. So I'm really grateful for that. But if there's anything that I can do for you, please feel free to reach out. And thank you so much for your love and support. And I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.